Maha Shiva. Greetings to all who've come from all over India for Shivaratri. We meaning all of us, are very happy that you're here wearing masks. Medical restrictions, very sorry about this. Since you all look like bank robbers, at the end of the satsang, I would like you all to take off the mask for 2 minutes so I know who's who and where. Some people I can make out from the eyes, but some people are so frozen like they are put on a slab of ice, so can't make out from the eyes also. Anyway, so we are back here on Shivaratri after a long time. 2 years? 1.5 years? 2 years. We are back. And I hope this will continue for some time. Not today, like more Guru Purnimas than Shivaratris. Couple of things, because evening also we have a satsang. Today is considered Shivaratri, but Shivaratri is only in the Ratri, in the night. This is the day. So we are preparing for Shivaratri. And I have said this several times, but Shivaratri is a commemoration or a celebration of the night of Shiva. So, two things, night and Shiva. When we explain both and put them together, then we have the essence of Shivaratri. First, let me explain Shiva. Who is that? Oh. Shivam is auspiciousness. Although it is depicted, sometimes Shiva wears leopard skin, sometimes he immerses himself in the ashes in the smashan. He has a cobra sitting on his neck. From outside, from outward purposes, he doesn't look so auspicious and clean. Who would go near a cobra that's sitting with his hood spread? And yet, the essence of the word Shivam is auspiciousness. And Shivaratri, the night, is commemorated also as a total manifestation of Shiva and Shakti together. In fact, Shivaratri celebrates that aspect of Shiva which is also Ardhanarishvara. It means both the Shakti and the passive Shivam. You know, Saundarya Lahiri describes Shivam as powerless till Shakti becomes active. So, this is a celebration of the coming together of the passive, peaceful Shiva who sits in Kailash and meditates. The rest of the world is going round in circles. And Shakti, who is ever ready to operate, who is ever ready to move, who is ready to take action. So, we are celebrating the coming together of the auspicious Paramanandam, the all-pervading Shivam, who of course is symbolized as the Mahayogi because he sits in the yogic posture with Trishul in his hand, keeping away all the disturbances that are caused when we sit down like yogis ourselves. This is the picture of Shiva that we have. Now, Shankara is the one who sits in the posture. Shivam is the supreme being which cannot be measured, accessed, figured, anything of the kind. As the Upanishad says, it is part of Ishavashyamidam sarvam. There is no place where it is not. And yet, the only ones who can find this all-pervasive, all-pervading Shivam are those who sit like Shankara, like Mahadeva, and meditate. You must have noticed in the pictures which have been visualized by rishis for many generations that when Shiva's eyes are closed in meditation, there is one eye which is open. This is the eye of wisdom. The symbol of wisdom is that in its pure form, Shiva has no desires. What desire will you have when you are all-pervading and when you are auspiciousness itself and when there is nothing to gain from the outside world? What desire do you have? The good news is that Amsha of that also resides in us. And therefore, when you touch that, what desires are left? Things will come, things will go. You live in this world, of course. I'm not advocating that you run away into the forest. I'm not. But you live with full satisfaction and blissful understanding that I'm self-sufficient. For that, the third eye. Please, when you say third eye, don't try to open it with a nail or a screwdriver. I'm talking not about a physical substance, but about inner awakening that takes place. Of course, it is connected with the ajna, which is a very important center to fix your attention on. So, Shivam is that all-pervading, blissful, auspicious reality, who is best visible when your outside is closed and the inside is open. And when you see it inside, you also see it outside. It cannot be that an all-pervading being can be only inside. So why look inside? Because a human being can find only within himself before he or she can see it in the outside world. So need to go inside first. In Tamil they say, cross into, go in, Kadaul, you go inside. So, you didn't get a chair to sit. So, this is something which we should note. This is Shiva. So, I am not sitting here alone. I am surrounded by Shivas. That's why I am nervous. I am serious. And Shaktis all the more, because Shivam, calm, passive, happy, auspicious, we can understand even though the Trishul is there in the hand. Shakti is difficult to understand. This is how energy operates, the primordial energy. So, we are celebrating tonight the coming together both. Now, from the yogic point of view, as you sit in Siddhasana or Padmasana and do your sadhana, or tapasya, whatever you want to, the word tapasya comes from the root word tapa, heat. Heat is generator. Somebody says, why did you do that? Oh, in the heat of the moment. It's an expression, but it means the heat is the tapasya means the intense desire. I'm sorry, some of you are sitting in complete sun, full sun is falling on. What can I do? We can try, but he won't move. Vijayji. Okay. Maybe a cloud comes, who knows. So, what did I say just now? Apa. Tapasya. So, thank you. Yeah. So, in tapasya, when you sit in tapasya, when the yogi sits in tapasya, would you notice that he sits in the exact form and shape as Shankara, Mahadeva sitting in Kailash or wherever? Kailash is nowhere to search, of course. For yogis, it is here. This is Kailash for us. This is Varanasi for us. Although we love to go to Varanasi, that's a different matter. But Varanasi for the yogi is here. Because the Varuna and the Asi cross exactly at the Ajna. Inside, not outside. We call the Ida Nadi as the Varuna and the Pingala Nadi as the Asi. Start from here, from the Himalayas, and then they cross here inside, and then go down to the Moola Adhara. You all have your Aadhar card, no? Mool Aadhar. So, this is Kailash, this is Shiva. So when the yogi sits, opens his inner vision, the energy or Shakti we discussed just now, who after doing all her work, you know what work? When you are born, the baby, from the womb till the baby becomes a human being, walking, talking, thinking, and is out of the womb, then the work is done. Till then, it is the same Shakti, which symbolized by the cobra, that does all the work making this baby. And having done his work, it goes and sleeps happily in the Mooladhara, in the root foundation, under the spine. The Garbhagriha of Kali, Shakti, Mahadevi, Bhavani, the Devi, the energy is in the Mooladhara. There, because nobody does any worship there, it's difficult to penetrate. So she sits quietly. So the yogis have depicted her as a wound-up serpent with the hood down, sleeping. Shiva is waiting here. Shivam is here on the Sahasrara. So the yogi, using whatever, of course with the blessings of the teacher, the Guru Tattva, and using whatever capacities and methods he has been taught, which of course includes a great deal of devotion also, wakes up this serpent that is sleeping, this Shakti that is sleeping. Even an ordinary person, I don't know about men, but women get very angry if you wake them. Huh? Men also. So you can imagine the jolt when you wake somebody up. So can you imagine the jolt when the Supreme Shakti is given a shot from somewhere? She wakes up. She wakes up. Then she moves up the straight and narrow path, up, and reaches the Kailash and becomes one with Shiva. Then the yogi is not separate from this. He is part and parcel of this all-pervading Shiva Shakti, the Supreme Being, because the Supreme Being in its absolute essence has no he or no she. It's only when form separation, differentiation comes that these things occur. So in that ultimate essence, blissfulness and auspiciousness, the yogi remains forever, coming down only to some unfortunate ones have to come down to do work, others happily sit, enjoy themselves. This is what we are celebrating on Shivaratri. So this is what you should keep in mind when you go through all the lighting of the dhuni, everything which I will describe in the evening. So if this is understood, then you have understood the essence of Shivaratri. Now one more aspect. This is also considered and commemorated and celebrated as a night when Shiva does his Tandava Nritta. Tandava Nritta is a dangerous thing to see. There is in one Tamil movie, Nana Sendala Sayum Ulagamellam, like that. The Supreme Being is in a tumultuous dance. We call it the dance of destruction. I call it the dance of construction. You can't construct anything new without destroying the old. So in that shaking, the old is all degenerated, destroyed, disintegrated, and the new life of spiritual understanding comes up. Now, is that physical destruction? We have passed through 1.5 years or more of physical destruction now. I'm hoping and I'm sure the dance has stopped for a while, from the physical point of view. And we have some more years of bliss in spite of stupid astrologers predicting all planets are coming together. So I think some people might have come here to escape that today. It happens every year, then postponed for 5 years. Then there's nothing like that. Nonsense. Yeah, world will be destroyed at some point, of course. What is created has to be destroyed. So, yeah, some years back, somebody predicted on January 15th, the world is going, some 3-4 years ago. I don't know when, I can't remember. Some of you, if she might remember. So, somebody called me up and said, can I come to Madanapalle? I said, why? Because then I'll be safe. I said, if the world is being destroyed, Madanapalle is part of the world. So don't think of that distraction. That happens in this earth, it comes and it goes, it can happen at any time. It did not happen now on Shivaratri. Let me tell you something. I am not an astrologer. Let me assure you that today the world is not going to be destroyed in Shivaratri. So, next step. So, is this distraction just a physical distraction? Think about it. Or is it something more than that? Or has it nothing to do with physical distraction and something else? This Tandava Nritta, this dance of distraction. What? Could it be that it is the destruction of our ego? Could it be for a yogi? That is the most significant thing. The destruction of all that does not lead us to the spiritual path. Believe me, there are lots. It doesn't apply to what clothes you wear or with mind. If that dross from the mind has to be removed, I'm sure every second Shiva has to do his Tandava. At every second, because it piles up so fast that you think, now I'm clear. Next day you wake up in the morning, it's piled up again. So this particular night called Shivaratri is also in remembrance of that Tandava Nritta of Shiva, where all the dross in the mind is destroyed, all the images that we have created, all the terrible memories that we carry, and also the structure which the mind has been put into, which is difficult to break. Forget about good or bad. From childhood, my mind has been put in a certain structure, let's say. Now, if I want freedom, which is what I seek, I need to destroy it. Otherwise, however clearly you see, there will be a slight tinted glass before your eyes. See only through it. So this Tandava Nritta, what's his name? Huh? Kedar. Oh my God. Arey bhai Kedarnath, keep quiet. Chup raho. Not in his gunas. Okay, no problem. So, this clearing up of the mind from its various structures, from its various, the ultimate iconoclast is Shiva himself in the Tandava. When he is in the Tandava, not in other modes. When the Vedantin says Neti, not this, not this. So would you say it's negative, or would you say it is the clearing away of all that is unnecessary, of the dross, so that only the pure is left? This Tandava of Shiva is a shedding away of this movement, of this limitation, till crystal clear you realize in the essence of my being. Forget about Sahasara, Muladhara. The essence of my being is that Shivam. Till this happens, this dance goes on. Only thing is, we are so afraid of seeing this dance. And then Shiva is called Nataraja, the king of all dancers. Ladies, please listen. The king of all dancers is Shiva. But the dance is the dance which is good for all of us, which purifies us, which takes us from the gross to the subtle, which opens our inner eye so that we see clearly beyond the outer structures. If you ask me what happens after that, nothing happens. All happenings go. Then what is there? There is only an isness. It's only a being which is all-pervading, which cannot be disturbed in any way, which remains always in blissful, all-pervasive oneness. And when this happens, people say, oh, somebody has attained nirvana, or somebody has attained moksha. Now, when that happens, you don't grow tusks. You don't have to carry a trishul with you, anything of that kind. You may, if you like, if they allow it in the airlines. Now we come to the trishul. You see, the trishul has 3 prongs, you must have. We have all seen trishuls. The ones on the side are bent little bit. The one in the front is straight. From the yogi's point of view, the Trishul is a perfect symbol of Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. And see, from there it is straight down. In a way, who holds it? Only Shiva holds it. Why? Because he is considered the Mahayogi. Well, in the ultimate sense of the term, Vishnu, Shiva, these are outward manifestations which are defined by the process and the function they perform. But from our point of view, Shiva as the Mahadeva, as the head of yogis, is respected and bowed down to by all. And rarely do we worship Shiva in form. We worship Shiva generally only as a simple linga. So not even the picture. Picture is what various rishis had in ancient times, had visions and said, oh, this is yogi, this is Shiva. But Shiva from ancient times has been represented by the linga. And the linga is what you call, when you say linga in Sanskrit, it means symbol. It simply means a symbol. And it is the pillar that supports everything. And it is a depiction of the absolute energy of Shiva in whatever form that you can visualize. This is the linga. If you touch a linga, if it is a proper linga, which has been consecrated and where yogis have sat and meditated, and which has been in touch with the inner energies, when you touch that linga, what you feel is that the energy starts somewhere in the beginning and goes like this, in spiral. When you touch it, then it comes out of that, the middle. You go to Kashi, nowadays they don't allow you to touch the linga, I think. They put a barrier. Nowadays nobody allows you to touch anything. There are barriers everywhere. You can't even touch me because of COVID. So when you remove that, you see the linga in its pure form, clean form. Which Ahilyabai saved, of course. And there it sits, radiating the center of the universe. Kashi is called the golden city. You may see dirt, but don't look at that. There are other things to see. In the golden city, the center of the universe is represented by the linga. Now, why I am saying all this? In the human being, who is the world in a small form? When this Shushumna ends, there is the linga of Shiva in the Sahasrara. All the energies that we function with and also energies which we don't know about, they all reside here in the Sahasrara in the form of Shivam. So, when you say Om Namah Shivaya and picture it, please, there are Vaishnavas, don't mind. You can say Om Namo Narayana, doesn't matter. So, when you fix your attention on that and say Om Namah Shivaya, think of that Supreme Being who's been kind enough and compassionate enough to reside in each one of us on the top in the Sahasrara, and who, in the form of compassion and emotion, resides in the Hridaya. When you meditate, or when you hear of Shivam, if this thing enters your mind, then you are celebrating Shivaratri. Now I said Shivam, then Ratri. Now Ratri is night. Night is the time when usually people sleep. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say that in the night there are only three kinds of people who are awake. One is the rogi, can't sleep. The other is the yogi, who is meditating. The third is the bhogi, who is enjoying. See, why are clubs called night clubs? Because the center of bhogas. So this is what the night is about. Why? Because what happens in the night, all the daytime influences do not exist. People are not talking to you. People have said, okay, the day's work is done, let me rest. This is the time when one should meditate. Please, next day morning you have to drive to office, watch out. But in the night, when everything is silent, you hear only the sound of the cicadas, and perhaps here and there an occasional night owl sitting. This is the time. It's called the time of Shiva actually. This is Shivaratri, when the yogi meditates. And this darkness is not the absence of light, that is physically absence of light. This is the darkness when all that is unnecessary has been removed and everything is silent. So, in the night, now today of course we will be lighting the dhuni, so on. In the night, consider every night as a kind of Shivaratri. Don't think one day it's over. Every day say that now when everybody is sleeping, Shiva is up. Sit down, meditate, pretend to be Shiva, open your third eye, right? Don't poke. Sit there, and then what happens? Darkness has always been put against light. But Krishna, the word in Sanskrit means dark. Shyama, the word means dark, complexion. So the darkness is a blessing here. So, in the night, today night and tomorrow night and the nights to come, whenever you have time, consider this as a great opportunity for bhoga. I'm sorry. But I said right, I was not saying wrong. Why? There is no better bhoga than yoga. When people say, what are these fellows not interested in these little things? They are always... They don't want the trinkets because they have touched the treasure. The happiness that you enjoy in the outside world comes because of that joy which is in us, not the other way around. So, in the night, when everything is still, it's a God-given opportunity for you to sit down and figure out where in my essence is this Shivam, this all-pervading auspiciousness, where in the middle of all this tumultuous world that is going around us, we are at peace. Believe me, it can be found in every one of us. There is nobody specially qualified except that they should know that this exists and put some effort into it. And if you ask me, I have the hand of Babaji on your head. I personally believe that nothing could have happened to me without that one hand on my head. I could have tried hard, of course, but without that it couldn't have happened. So always remember that the grace of the Supreme Being is here with you to be taken. And if there is a need for a physical person to do that, that person will also come. You don't have to run around. You don't have to come as far as Madanapalle also. The Guru Tattva is with us. And what is the Guru Tattva? It is the all-pervading Supreme Being itself is the real Guru, not this fellow sitting here, who will be gone after some years. So, the real Guru is that Shivam himself, whom the Vedas have described as Brahmanandam, Paramasukadam, Kevalam, only that exists. Jnanamurtim, Kevalam, Jnanamurtim, the essence of all knowledge, not knowledge, wisdom. Dvandvatihitam, which have no opposites. Gagana Sadarsham, It's as wide and wonderful as the sky that we see. And what is the essence? Tattvamasya adilaksham. That which is the true essence of you is not different from that. Ekam, and there is only one. Nityam is always there. Vimalam, no malas, no impurities. That is the meaning of Vimala. So I like when somebody is called Vimala, it's very nice. No Vimalam. Achalam, that which has no movement. In the midst of all the movement of the world, there is that motionless silence. And it is the witness of all that is happening. Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam. And it has no individual bhavas. It has no little likes and dislikes. There is one bhava which is the ultimate, of course. Triguna Rahitam, it has no gunas. It is beyond all gunas. Not because it doesn't have it, it is beyond all gunas. Everything in the world, even the highest, still has sattva guna. The Supreme Being is even beyond the sattva guna. Bhavatiram Trigunarahitam. That is what Sadgurum Tam Namami. That is the Supreme Being. That is the Supreme Being. No human being on this earth. So, today when we sit down and meditate in the night, when we light the dhuni, I have said many times, but I will again explain to you in the evening the meaning of dhuni, which of course for us it is necessary to light at least twice a year, which has not happened for the last 1.5 years. Well, I light my dhuni every day in Manipura, that is different. Think of all the things that we discussed today. And even though you're not allowed to come near me close, don't think that I'm far away from you. Very much here, very much here, very much there, very much there. So that's not a criteria. What I want to happen is that you should be able to say this at some point. That I am here, I am there, I am here, I am there. If this happens, I will be extremely happy. So if you say I am not coming again to see you, why? Because I know it's all, okay, I'll be very happy. So in the evening, I'll explain to you the significance of the Panchakshara and the dhuni, what it means and why we light it. Meanwhile, for few minutes, you could sit down and meditate silently. Chant Om with me together. When I chant, along with me 3 times, and then just meditate silently till I call you, till I wake you up. So, shall we start? Start. Start. That's it. So, July in Guru Purnima, I hope you'll be without masks.
Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. The last couple of years have been different and difficult for a lot of us. It has led to a lot of physical separation. Like Sir said, it's not easy to meet or interact with people. But through that, we've still remained connected in the digital sense. I'm sure all of us here, through YouTube and various other facilities, we have been in touch with Sir. And there's also been a lot of background work going on in the foundation to try and see how we can use technology to better connect all of us Satsangis and people associated with the various initiatives of the foundation. So the underpinning of that is an information management system, so which a lot of Shaktis who are a part of the group have driven forward. So we request there's this new app or a member registration system which all of us can take advantage of, which Sir will now launch, and then we will explain a little bit about it. So I request you to formally launch the app. Yeah. So
Login. One more.
So this site is live and everyone can go at it through app.satsang-foundation.org.
Without paying any money.
Yes, without paying any money. And what it does is it allows you to put in your information and register and get an ID or a reference number, which can then be used for, and then once you do log in, you would get access to a portal and a dashboard which gives information about all your interactions with various initiatives and events of the foundation and various other initiatives, and we'll be talking a little bit about that too. So event registrations, bookings, etc., everything can be managed through this, and this will be the point of contact. This is a work in progress. At this point, it is basically allows us to put our information there and interact with the foundation in a seamless fashion. Yeah. So next, so we have a few launches scheduled today. There's been, as I said, a lot of background activity going on, and many of us would be familiar with one initiative which is quite close to Sir's heart, which is the Swasthya Hospitals. So there's a website that has been specifically designed for that, and Sir, I request you to launch the same. This the foundation stone for the Swasthya hospitals was laid by the President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, and as many of us will know, the Swasthya Kendra was Satsang Swasthya Kendra was set up in 2013, and as an outpatient facility to those who don't have really any opportunity to good medical care, and today it serves more than 12,000 people annually, and has been doing human service in the area. And now there is an opportunity we are looking to create a 45-bedded hospital, which will eventually be a 100-bed hospital, serving a variety of specialities, right from cardiac care to pediatrics to OBGYN or etc. So, and there is a fabulous team of doctors and consultants and an advisory board which is helping putting this together, and there will be more information shared. And the work in that has been going at a phenomenal pace, and already the first floor of up to the first floor, the structure has been completed, and it's our project, and with all our help, I'm sure it will. The target date is October 20 later this year, and we expect that it to be launched with all our support and your contributions on that.
Thank you very much. Namaskar. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Yoga Vidya Kendra, an initiative of Satsang Foundation. Shri M founded Bharat Yoga Vidya Kendra, BYVK, with a vision to bring about change in the minds and bodies of people so they can explore their physical and mental faculties through yoga. Shri M is a spiritual guide, a yogi, social reformer, and an educationist. He has authored many books, including Yoga Also for the Godless.
Now, what is yoga? It's a practical system. It's a step-by-step way of trying to clear the muck of the mind and freeing it from all the conditioning. In that pure mind is reflected the self.
Our courses are designed under direct guidance of Shri M, and we are also affiliated with the Ayush Ministry of Yoga. Over 2,000 people worldwide have benefited from our online and residential courses. BYVK's journey started with our signature beginner-level online course, Yoga M, during the pandemic, consisting 25 simple postures, pranayama, and simple meditation techniques. It lays a foundation for one to begin the journey of yoga.
The pace with which the entire session was conducted, it built a certain amount of mindfulness.
I did my yoga when I was in my 10th standard started, and the sir helped me to keep a track on my screen time on a daily basis.
To advance further in yoga practice, Kaushalam, an intermediate level online course, was introduced. It includes some advanced asanas, pranayam, and yoga nidra. It helps one explore deeper aspects of yoga.
It helped me in so many ways. There is better body flexibility. I love doing chakradharana, and it helps in having better concentration.
Our first ever residential program, Yoga Teachers Training Course, was inaugurated by Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind.
I would be too happy to hear some of the experiences that you have got.
So first day, sir told us that yoga starts when we are off the mat. I realized that I had a lot of unlearning to do.
I will advise everybody, you take life as a school for the whole of your longevity. Best wishes to all of you.
The second TTC was inaugurated by former Chief Justice of India, Shri Sharad Bobde.
I wanted to congratulate you all for undertaking the discipline of yoga. I wish you the very best.
TTC is a 200-hour, month-long program with a part online, part residential, and a fully residential module also. It is a platform to learn authentic, traditional yogic teachings, which enables the students to deepen their sadhana and prepares them to teach yoga to the world.
My understanding of yoga has changed tremendously. So I was trying to leap across without really meeting the prerequisites. After coming here, one realizes the value of the base that is created here.
Yoga is not about mastering Shirasasana.
It's more than that.
Journey of inner transformation.
Excellent Gurukul system.
That peace of mind now I'm realizing is a choice.
I hope more people get to experience what we experienced. Thank you.
We also conducted our first retreat for senior citizens, Abhayam. It focuses on improving flexibility, building mental and physical agility, and enhancing equanimity.
It is so well organized.
The quality of classes are very high.
It's an opportunity to formally learn yoga in the right way.
The teachers are very good. The surrounding is very nice.
Don't feel like going back home. Thank you.
In continuing with our efforts to spread yoga to one and all, we are also coming up with new and exciting courses. Avistaran, a 9-day residential retreat for executives and professionals, and for those who have a very busy and a stressful life. It will help them to pause and reconnect with their bodies and minds to live a more balanced life. Sakhyam, an online course for women. It addresses various health problems like PCOS, early menopause, and hormonal imbalance, and also gives tools to lead a healthier and happier life. Come join us in spreading well-being for all through yoga.
Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May we see auspicious things. May everything be good. May everyone grow strong. May the whole world be happy.